What's up guys, it's Legend X Jonah, and today I got another possible variation video. In this video I'll be covering possible variations for Sareena. If you've been paying attention to any of my previous videos, you'll know that I do want Sareena to be in the Kombat Pack 2, and I do believe she does have a pretty high chance to be in the Kombat Pack 2, considering the fact that she was one of the NPCs in the game along with a lot of other characters. I feel like Sareena really did have a good backstory though. She first appeared in Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, where she was working for Quan Chi in the Brotherhood of Shadows, along with Kia and Chitaka, until Bihan, aka the older Sub-Zero, aka Noob Saibot, aided her in helping her escape from Quan Chi, which she states in Mortal Kombat X, and now she aids Earthrealm. Now, with all that being said though, Sareena hasn't been in a lot of Mortal Kombat games, so I would love to see what they could do with her if they put her in Mortal Kombat X. With all that being said, here are the possible variations that I think she could possibly have if they did put her in Mortal Kombat X. Okay, so like I stated before, she wasn't in a lot of Mortal Kombat games. I think technically she was only in 2 Mortal Kombat games where she was playable, Mortal Kombat Armageddon and Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition for the Game Boy. So with all these variations, I pretty much came up with all the moves, so let's go ahead and get started. The first variation we have is her demonic variation, where she gains demonic abilities. She is from the Netherrealm and she is a demon. This is not her true appearance, so I thought I would give her a variation that centers around that. Her second variation is her Kama variation, where she utilizes her Kamas with Kama-based combos. These were her weapons she had in Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, so I brought that back for her variation. And this final variation, her Brotherhood variation, where she gains Brotherhood of Shadow-based spells. This is something I created, so can't wait to get to that part. Alright, now the standard moves she didn't have too many to go off of. She had a cartwheel move, but I traded it in for backflip, her backflip move, because I feel like that would be better, because there is other characters that have cartwheels, so kind of wanted her to be a little bit different. I gave her her Skull Bash, her 5-star kick, and her Gutbuster move from Mortal Kombat Armageddon, but I didn't give her a throwing knife move because I feel like that would be in conflict with her Kama variation, and because Kano already has a throwing knife move in the game. So let's get started with her first variation, her demonic variation. Now, in this variation, like I said, she gains demonic abilities. Her appearance for this variation, I said she'll have white eyes with purple aura around her arms, and then the moves I came up with. So the very first move is Unleash. Now, this move, basically what it does is you use this move and a demonic aura shrouds around her, resembling her true appearance as a demon, and her eyes become red, and then she gains a buff in damage output. And the second move is Seal, where she switches back to her default form. Basically with these two moves, it's kind of like how Tremor has his gold skin and lava skin moves in his metallic variation. The next move is Demonic Fang, where she swipes up at the opponent, knocking them back. The EX version of it is Demonic Claw, where she swipes the opponent, sending them upward. That way you can throw it in for some mix-ups. And then in the Unleashed form, the move becomes Hell Claw, where she stuns the opponent, causing them to hold their face. Basically, they're being stunned because she cuts them in the face and they're holding their face, so they're stunned. The next move is Demonic Choke. She puts the opponent in a chokehold, draining their health. The EX version of it is called Demonic Hold, where she drains more health. And in the Unleashed form, it's called Hell's Grasp, where she drains health and a bit of their meter. The next move is Violent Charge. She charges the opponent. The EX version of it is Violent Bash, where it's quicker and it has armor. And the Unleashed form of it is Violent Tackle, where it's basically the same thing as Violent Bash, but she doesn't have to use meter for the EX. It's just like that though, without it. And the final move we have for her demonic variation is Shadow Ball. Basically, she throws a purple flame ball. The EX version of it is Shadow Blast. It's faster and it does more damage. And in her Unleashed form is Hell Sphere, where it knocks the opponent back full screen. Alright, on to her second variation, her Kama variation. In this variation, she utilizes her Kamas with Kama-based combos. I said for the appearance in this variation, she'll have 2 Kamas holstered at her side. The moves I came up with for this variation, basically she gains Kama-based combos, and then the first move I have is Boomerang Toss. Now this is in reference kind of to Kia in Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. She had this move where she would throw like this razor sharp boomerang, so I kind of implemented that into the name for this move in kind of homage for the character Kia, considering that she's a dead character and probably won't be appearing in no Mortal Kombat game. So basically in this move, she throws a Kama at the opponent. The EX version of it is double boomerang toss, where she throws both her Kama at the opponent. Next move is Kama Swipe, where she slashes the opponent. The EX version of it is Kama Slashes, where she spins around, cutting the opponent multiple times. Now, she does this in the game Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, so like I said with some of these other moves, I decided to bring that back. This final move is a move I created myself. It's called Swift Walk. Basically, she connects a chain of moves together. This is kind of like Tanya's move that she have with her time for variation, where she connects a couple moves together. Basically, the first move, she slashes the opponent with her Kama. The second move, she slashes the opponent with her other Kama, and then the final move, she kicks the opponent back. The EX version of this move, I call it Quick Walk, where it's faster and it has armor onto it. Alright, now time for the final variation, her Brotherhood Variation. In this variation, she gains Brotherhood of Shadow-based spells. This is like basically in reference to Brotherhood of Shadow related moves you might see like maybe in faction kills or possible characters that weren't in the game. So it's kind of in reference to that. That's kind of what inspired this variation. The appearance she has in this variation, she bears the Brotherhood of Shadow sigil on her shoulders. She had that in the previous games for her costume, but she doesn't have it in her costume from Mortal Kombat X, so I thought I'll bring it back in this variation. The moves she have in this, the first move is Flaming Skull. She had this move in, I think it was Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition, where she would basically shoot out Flaming Skulls, so I decided to bring that back, but I added some different things to it. Basically, the move casts out a Flaming Skull, but she can send out 3 different types of Flaming Skulls. The first one is a red skull, where it deals a bit more damage. The second one is a purple skull, where it drains the opponent meter. And the third one is a blue skull, where it stuns the opponent. The second move is Shadow Phase, where it's instant teleport behind the opponent followed by a kick. The EX version of it is Shadow Step, where she does the same thing, but the kick knocks the opponent up, so you can continue with a couple of combos, and it's quicker and it has some armor to it. The next move is Dark Portal, where she casts a hole that travels across the ground that the opponent can fall through. Holding a direction like forward or back kind of determines where the enemy will fall at. The EX version of it is Dark Tunnel, where it's casted quicker and it deals more damage. This is kind of in homage to Noob Saibot. I don't believe he will be in the Kombat Pack, though I would love him to be in the Kombat Pack, but this is kind of inspired by his portal move. This final move we have is Mark of the Brotherhood, where she throws a Brotherhood of Shadow sigil at the opponent, causing the opponent's special moves to be temporarily unusable. And her EX version of it is Curse of the Brotherhood, where the duration lasts longer. And as you may know, this is also inspired by Noob Saibot. So these are the variations that I came up with for Sareena. They did take me a lot of time to come up with. I had to study her, study characters from Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero, and study the Brotherhood of Shadow. So it did take me some time to think of these. So what do you guys think? Did you like what I came up with, or do you have any kind of better variations in mind? If you like this video, please be sure to give it a like, and also check out my Baraka and Fujin possible variation videos. Follow me on Twitter for more information on what I'm doing on my channel, and also shout out to @EdBooney, @Mortal Kombating, and @Sareena Queena on Twitter. Make sure you follow these guys. They're the biggest Sareena fans that I know. And as always, for more Mortal Kombat news, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're new. And this is Legend Next Ronin, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, so variations I came up with for Baraka, we have first the Tarkatan variation, where the game's combos utilizing the blades, and we have the Pharaoh variation, where they use grapples and counter moves, and then we have the Spark variation.